All right, I'm going to go over all the questions from Unit 3 Study Guide to help you prepare for the test. So for number 1, there are 7 girls and 15 boys in the class. Write a ratio to represent each of the following. So the first one was girls to boys. So we would write this 7 girls to 15 boys. Or to do 7 colon 15. Or 7 over 15. Okay? B, total students to girls. Well, we know we have 7 girls. We know we have 15 boys. So 7 plus 15, that gives us 22. That's our total amount of students. So since it says it first, it'll be 22 colon 7. Or 22 to 7. Or 22 over 7. Now for C, boys to girls, that means boys are going to go first. 15. So we have 15 colon 7. And now total students to boys. Well, we already know our total students is 22 to 15 boys. All right, number 2. What's the unit rate for 5 pounds of lunch meat for $42.50? Now you can do this 2 ways. You can just find your amount for one, or you can set up a proportion. So if we set up a proportion, we know that it's $42.50 for 5 pounds. But we don't know how many to 1. And then we cross multiply. That'll give us 5x is equal to 42.50. And then we divide both sides by 5. And I'm going to use a calculator for that. So 42.50 divided by 5 is going to be $8.50. And that would be D. Now some of you might skip right into the proportion and know that you automatically have to divide 42.50 by 5, and that's fine. All right, number 3, Justin can run 22.2 miles in 3 hours. What is Justin's rate per hour? So we can do the same way. I'm going to go ahead and set up the proportion. So 22.2 miles in 3 hours. So we don't know how many miles, so it's going to be x to 1 hour. And then we're going to cross multiply. And that gives us 3x is equal to 22.2. And then we are going to divide each side by 3 because we want to isolate our variable. And since we know 3 times however many miles an hour for 1 hour, it'll give us our answer. So we're isolating our variable. So that cancels out. And 22.2 divided by 3 is going to give us 7.4 miles per hour. Okay? Now moving on to number 4. So which situations represent equivalent ratios? So what we need to do is set up a proportional relationship. And we're going to do this in fractions. So Noah made 5 free throws in 15 seconds. So we're going to put 5 free throws in 15 seconds. All right, Maritza made 7 free throws in 21 seconds. So since we put our free throws on top, we will do the same for the next one, and then our second for the bottom. And then we're going to cross multiply. So 15 times 7 gives us 105. And then 21 times 5 also gives us 105. Since those are equal or equivalent, that gives us equivalent ratios. All right, let's try the next one. So Melanie drove 60 miles in 1 hour. Bernard drove 25 miles in 25 minutes. Now what you have to do is pay attention. This is 1 hour. This says minutes. So what we would need to do is to convert our hour to minutes. We know that there is 60 minutes in an hour. So I'm just going to write that. Now I'm going to set it up. So we have 60 miles in 60 minutes, and then 25 miles in 25 minutes. And I can already tell right here, because we're going to do 60 by 25 both times, that those are going to be equivalent. So 60 times 25 is 1,500. And then after it again, it has going to be equal to 1,500. So that is also equivalent. All right, C, Chris paid $3.50 for a 2.5 pounds of fruit. All right, the cost on top, the pounds on the bottom, so I have to do the same for the next one. Caleb paid $2.80 for 1.75 pounds of fruit. Now I'm going to cross multiply. So 2.5 times $2.80 is going to give us 7. So then we have to cross multiply this way. So 1.75 times $3.50 gives us 6.125. These are not equal, meaning they are not equivalent. All right, let's go ahead and go to D. Eli can do 70 push-ups in 2 minutes. Sharkeela can do 175 push-ups in 5 minutes. So I'm going to put push-ups on top, so 70 to 2 is equal to push-ups on top, which is 175 to 5, and then we're going to cross multiply. So 2 times 175 gives us 350. And then 5 times 70 gives us 350. Those are also equivalent. All right, and E. Andrew completed 6 of 9 passes, and Bianca completed 14 of 9 passes, or 14 of 21, passes. So we're going to put 6 of 9, and then 14 of 21, and then we're going to cross multiply. So 9 times 14 is 126. And then 21 times 6 is 126. So for number 4, all except for C are equivalent ratios. Okay. 5. So a package of tickets for 10 rides at the carnival costs $8. What proportion can you write to find what 35 rides at the carnival cost if all tickets cost the same amount? So we're going to put the rides on top. So 10 rides for $8. And then 35 rides for X dollars. Or you could put $8 for 10, X dollars for 35. It doesn't matter as long as you have both of them in the same place. So if you're going to put rides on bottom, you have to do it on both sides. Now I'm going to go ahead and just show you how to solve this real quick. All it's asking is to set a proportion. But we would have cross multiply, and that would give us 10x is equal to 8 times 35, which is 280. We would then divide both sides by 10, and x would be equal to $28. Now we just ask for the proportion, but I just want to go ahead and solve. All right, in this one, we're at the half sign. So 1/2 cup of white sugar is needed for 1 batch of oatmeal raisin cookies. How much white sugar is needed for 7 batches of cookies? You can set a proportional relationship. So we need 1/2 cup for 1 batch. So put the cups on top and the batches on the bottom. So this one we're going to put the cups on top. It's asking how many cups, so we don't know. So that's an X. But it's out of 7 batches. And we're going to cross multiply. 1 times X is 1X, but we just write that as X. And then 7 times 1/2 gives us 3.5. So our answer would be 3.5 cups. Number 7, the table shows how often a hummingbird flaps its wings over time. How many times does a hummingbird flap its wings in 15 minutes? You could set up a proportional relationship, which would be, we know that it's 1 to 40 in minutes, and 15 minutes, and we don't know. You can also see the pattern and continue to go up, and some people would just take that 40 and multiply by 15. And that's essentially what you'll have to do. Because X times 1 is just X. And then 40 times 15 is 600. So your answer would be D. All right, number 8. The ratio of gallons of paint needed to the area covered in square feet is 3 to 1,275. Use a proportion to predict how much area can be covered with 7 gallons of paint. All right, so if we know 3 to 1,275, we need to set a proportion where we need gallons are on top. So we're going to put 7 gallons on top and X. And then we're going to cross multiply. And this gives us 3X is equal to 7 times 1,275, which is 8,925. But we're not getting done yet. We need to get X by itself, so we need to divide by 3. And X is going to be equal to 2,975. So your answer would be B. All right, number 9. Tier's Bakery put 6 chocolate covered in 2 glazed donuts in every package they make. If Y is equal to the number of chocolate donuts and X the number of glazed donuts, which equation can be used to represent the situation? So for in order to solve this problem, we need to find out how many per one glazed donut, because the glazed number of donuts is X, and Y is the number of chocolate donuts. So then for every 2 glazed donuts, we have 6 chocolate. Now we can set up a proportion. So we have 6 to every 2. So we need to know how many chocolate, how many chocolate to 1 glazed donut. Then we're going to cross multiply and give us 2X is equal to 6. And then we're going to divide, because we need to find our unit rate for our constant of proportionality. And X is going to be equal to 3. Now we also know for our equation is Y is equal to KX, with K being our constant of proportionality. Well, we found that our constant of proportionality, also known as unit rate, is 3. So we know Y is equal to 3X. So your answer would be B. All right, number 10. A 3-pack of juice boxes costs $2.10. A 9-pack of the same juice boxes costs $5.58. Which is the better deal, and by how much? So what you're going to do is, we want to know the cost per one. So if we have $2.10 for 3, how much are you pretty much paying for one? So we don't know. So we're going to find the unit rate. So we cross multiply, and that's 210 is equal to 3X. So we divide both sides by 3. And $2.10 divided by 3 gives us 70 cents. Now I'm going to do the same for this one. So if it costs $5.58 for 9, it costs about how much for 1? So then we cross multiply. We have 9X is equal to $5.58. We divide both sides by 9. So $5.58 divided by 9, it gives us 62 cents. So the 9-pack is cheaper because you're paying less per one, and 70 cents minus 62 cents is 8 cents. So it would be B, the 9-pack is 8 cents cheaper. All right, so moving on to number 11. The graph below shows the relationship between miles and hours. What does 270 mean? So we need to look at the X and the Y and look at what they're labeled as. So X is labeled as hours, and then Y is the number of miles. So if X is 2, that means in 2 hours, we go number of miles. So we we go 70 miles. Or you could say we go 70 miles in 2 hours, or it takes 2 hours to go 70 miles. Anything like that would be accepted. All right, number 12. What is the constant of proportionality in the equation? We know our equations are y equal to kx, with k being constant of proportionality. So it's just k that is our constant of proportionality. If we look right here, y is equal to kx. Our k is 5.78. That means our constant of proportionality is 5.78. Number 13, the Johnson's family went out to dinner. The price of the meal was $88.25. The sales tax was 7% of the meal, and the tip was 15% of the meal plus tax. How much money did the Johnson's family pay for the meal, including tax and tip? Well, I'm going to highlight what's important. So the price of the meal is $88.25. Sales tax is 7%. And then the tip is 15%, but 15% of the meal plus tax. So what we have to do is we need to find the amount of tax. So 7 over 100, that's our sales tax, is equal to, we don't know our new price, but our original price is $88.25. So we're going to cross multiply. That gives us 100x is equal to 7 times 88.25. Which is $617.75. Then we're going to divide both sides by 100, rounding up to the nearest cent. Remember, cent is 2 decimal places. So you should get 6.1775, but that 7 is going to round it up. All right, so that 17 rounds up to 18. So the tip, or the tax amount, is $6.18, but we have to add that to the total cost of the meal, which is $88.25. So $88.25 plus $6.18 is going to give us $94.43. Now we have to find a new number. So we have $94.43, but we want to find out how much. What is 15% of this? So we don't know. That is our x. And then we have 15 over 100, and we're going to cross multiply again. That gives us 100x, because we're going to multiply these two, and then we're going to multiply these two. So 15 times $94.43 is equal to $1,416.45. Now we have to divide, because we need that x by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by 100, and that gives us x is equal to $14.16. You should get 14.164. We need to round it to the nearest second decimal place, and that 4 makes it stay the same. So 14.16. Now that's not our total. This is just how much we left for the waitress. So how much did we pay in all? So this is our amount, the $94.43 is the amount for the meal and tax. So now we just need to add our tip to that. So $94.43 plus $14.16 gives us $108.59. So you should have $108.59 as your answer. All right, number 14. The table below shows the number of gallons of gasoline purchased and the price. Which equation represents the situation? So we can take any of these and we need to find the unit rate. So we know 3 gallons of gas costs 10.05. So we want to know how much 1 gallon of gas costs, and we don't know that. So our gallons are on top, and we're going to cross multiply. We have $10.05 is equal to 3x. Now we're going to divide both sides by 3. So $10.05 divided by 3 is 335. Now, I know this is x, but we just found our constant of proportionality, which is our amount per 1. And we know y is equal to kx, and k is our constant. So we need to place that in where k is supposed to go. So that would give us b. Y is equal to 3.5x. Right, number 15. And I drew a scale model of the garden she wants to plant shown below. Her scale is for every 1 centimeter is equal to 3.5 feet. So we need to find the actual dimensions. But then we need to find, we don't need to find the area on this. So we know 1 centimeter is equal to 3.5 feet. So how many feet is it going to be for 7.2? So we did our centimeters on top, our feet on the bottom. We're going to cross multiply. 1 times x is just simply x. And then 7.2 times 3.5 is 25.2. So we know it's 25.25. We don't know yet. So then we're going to do the same thing. Centimeters on top. So 1 centimeter is equal to 3.5 feet. So 3 centimeters is equal to x. And we're going to cross multiply. That's going to give us x is equal to 3.5 times 3, 10.5. So our answer would be C. Those are the new dimensions for the actual dimensions. All right, 16. A carton of 18 eggs usually costs $2.39. The cost is projected to increase by 120% in the next 5 years. What is the projected cost of a carton of 18 eggs 5 years from now? All right, so what we need to do is set up our proportion. This was a little more complicated because our percent is over 100. But we know all percents go over 100. So 100 and then 120. So our old or our original price is $2.39. But we don't know how much it's going to end up being. So that is our proportional relationship. Now we're going to cross multiply. That gives us 100x is equal to 120 times $2.39, which is going to equal to $286.08. And now we're going to divide both sides by 100. And x is going to be equal to 2.868. We need to round to the nearest cent. Cent is 2 decimal places. Because this number is greater than 5, it's going to push that up to a 7. So it should be $2.87. That is your answer. All right. 17. A real estate agent earns a commission when they sell a home. The commission is 5%. The agent sells a $350,000 house. What is the commission? So we don't know how much, but we know 5 goes over 100, and the original price goes on the bottom. And then we're going to cross multiply. And that is going to give us 100x is equal to 1,750,000. And then we're going to divide each side by 100. So off of this house, he makes $17,500. B. All right, 18. In a group of 127 graders, 30% have completed their science project. How many students have completed their science project? So 120 is our total, our whole. We don't know our part, because that's what we're looking for. But we know 30 goes over 100. So now we're cross multiplying. We have 100x is equal to 120 times 30, which is 3,600. And then we're going to divide each side by 100. So X is going to equal 36. So 36 students have completed their science fair project. All right, number 19, a salesperson at a car dealership has a salary of $900 per week. A salesperson at a car dealership has a salary of $900 per week plus a 3% commission on sales. If a salesperson had sales of $72,000 more a week, what was the salesperson paid that week? So first we need to find the commission. So we want 3%, and we know all percents go over 100, so that is 3 over 100. We don't know the amount of commission, so that is X over 72,000. And then we cross multiply. That gives us 100X. And then 72,000 times 3. Yeah. $216,000. And then you divide each side by 100. And that gives you X is equal to 2,116. Oh wait, there's more. Alright, you have to add the net salary per week, which is $900. So $2,160 plus 900 gives us $3,060. Alright, so number 20. If a new surfboard in North Carolina costs $320 and the sales tax is $4.75%, what is the total cost of the surfboard? So we need to find the sales tax, which is X, because that's our part, over 320. And we know our percent. Alright, and we know that all percents go over 100. So that's 4.75 over 100, and we're going to cross multiply. So 320 times 4.75 gives us 1,520. And then 100 times X is 100X. And then we have to divide both sides by 100. And this gives us $15.20. That is our sales tax. Now we need to add that to the original cost of the surfboard, which is $320. And your total is going to be $335.20. 21. The monthly snowfall on Sugar Mountain dropped from 26 inches to 20 inches. What is the percent decrease? So we know it's new over old, so it originally was 26 inches. So 26 goes on the bottom, and 20 goes on the top. And we know X is equal to 100. And then we're going to cross multiply. So 20 times 100 is 2,000. And 26 times X is 26X. We then are going to divide both sides by 26. And 2,000 divided by 26 gives us 76.9. But that is not our answer. 76.9. Remember, we have to subtract from 100. So we're going to subtract from 100. And that is going to give us 23.1%. Your answer will be B. But if we start at 100% and go down to 76.9%, that means we went down 23.1%. Alright. The Okuntas previously lived in a house that had 2,150 square feet of space. The square footage of their new home is 2,975 square feet. What is the percent increase of their living space? So once again, new over old. So what their previous house is their old one. So 2,150 goes on the bottom. 2,975 goes on the top. And percent is always over 100, and that's what we're looking for. And we cross multiply. We have 2,150x is equal to 297,500. So 297,500. So then we're going to take that and we're going to divide both sides by 2,150. And that should give you 138.4. And once again, we have to subtract 100. So we start at 100% and we go up to 138.4%. We go up 38.4%. The answer for this one would be C. 23. A lamp is on sale for 10% off the regular price of $159. What is the sale price of the lamp? So we don't know the new cost, but we know the old cost is $159. And percent, once again, always goes over 100, so 10 over 100, and we cross multiply. So you have 1,590 is equal to 100x. So then 1,590 divided by 100 is going to give us $15.90. Divide both sides. X is equal to $15.90. This is how much they are taking off the lamp. So then we have to take their original price, which is $159, and subtract $15.90. That will give us $143.10. So the answer will be A. 24. A recliner that is normally $750 is discounted to $600. What is the percent discount? So new over old. Our old price is $750. Our new is $600. We don't know the percent, so it's X over 100. So we cross multiply, and we have 750X is equal to $60,000. So then we're going to take $60,000, and we are going to divide that by 750. And you're going to get X is equal to 80. So once you divide both sides, you get X is equal to 80. Now this is the percent of the total cost that we're paying. So if we start at 100% and we go down to 80%, we have lost 20%. So it was 20% off. All right, 25. A $3,000 loan is taken out for 12% interest for 6 months. What is the amount of interest charged? We know our formula is interest is equal to principal times rate times time and months. So we're looking for interest. So it's going to be 3,000 times 12%. So we have to convert that to a decimal. To percent to decimal, you divide by 100, which gives you 0.12. And then 6 months. It has to be in the form of a year, and 6 is half of 12. So I'll do 6 over 12. So because there's 12 months in a year, and that is equal to 1/2. So times 1/2. And then you're going to multiply all of these together. You can convert 1/2 into a decimal, which would be 0.5, because 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So 3,000 times 0.12 times 0.5 gives us $180. So the answer is C. 26. A house costs. So a house costs $150,000 if a loan is taken out for 15 years and the interest paid is $101,250. What is the interest rate on the loan? So we know that that's our principal. That's how much it costs if the loan was taken out. We know that is our years, so that's our time, and then this is our interest. So our equation is interest is equal to principal times rate times time. We're going to fill it in where it's supposed to go. So interest paid is first. So that's $101,250. And then our principal is $150,000. And we're going to multiply that times the rate. But we don't know the rate, so we're going to put R. And then years is going to be 15. So now you have to isolate the variable. So in order to do so, you are going to combine like terms. So you're going to multiply 150,000 by 15. And that is going to give you 2,250,000. And then times R is equal to 101,250. So now to get R by itself, we have to divide both sides by 2,250,000. So 101,250 divided by 2,250,000 going to give us R is equal to 0.045. Now, in order to get that in percent form, we need to multiply times 100, and that gives us 4.5%. 27. Milford measures the weight of a mineral as 6.2 grams. The actual weight of the mineral is 5.9 grams. What is Milford's percent error? So we know that original goes on the bottom, or the actual goes on the bottom, the difference goes on the top, and then equals to x over 100. Let's go ahead and put x over 100. And the actual weight is 5.9. Now to find the difference, we're going to subtract 6.2 and 5.9. That's going to give us 0.3. And then we're going to cross multiply. Alright, so you're going to cross multiply, and that gives you 5.9x. So then 0.3 times 100 is going to give you 30. And you're going to divide both sides by 5.9. And you should have gotten x is equal to 5.08, and we round up to the nearest tenth, and that's going to give 5.1. All right, 28. Rain had budgeted $1,200 for her vacation. The actual cost of her vacation was $1,495. What was the percent error? So the actual cost is going to go on the bottom, and then the difference between the actual and how much she budgeted, which is $1,495 divided by, minus 1,200 gives us $295. Alright, and then it's going to be equal to x over 100. We cross multiply, that's 14,095x is equal to 29500. So then you're going to divide each side by 14,095. So 29500 divided by 1495 is going to give you 19.73. So we're going to round to the nearest tenth, and it's going to be A. Alright, 29. The sales tax on the sofa that cost $57.5 was 43.13. What is the sales tax rate? So 43.13, because that's our part and this is our whole, 575 is equal to x over 100. This gives us today's rate. Alright, so we're going to cross multiply. And that'll give us 575x is equal to 4,313. Divide both sides by 575. And that gives you 4,313 divided by 5. It's going to give you 7.5%. That is the tax. You do not have to subtract from 100 because it actually gave you just the tax instead of the price after the tax. If it was the price after the tax, then you would need to subtract from 100. All right, last one, number 30. The rectangle below shows the carpet in Amelia's bedroom. The carpet is enlarged using the scale factor 3.5. What will be the area of the new carpet? So we need to say for every one is 3.5. So 8, how many is x going to be? So cross multiply, that's just x, and then 8 times 3.5 gives us 28. So instead of setting it up again, I just know 12 times 3.5 will give us the next one. And it's going to be 42. So this is 42, this is 28. But that's not what it's asking. It wants to know that. All right, so this is actually asking the area, not the new dimensions. We know area is length times width. So 28 times 42 is 1,176 feet. All right, some of the questions that I went over are not on your new study guide because I related, so make sure you pay attention